Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series with myself, Critical Rocket, and we're looking at the Night Gyr, the last of the clan 75 tonners, last of the heavies of the series, and this is the alpha version, which is essentially a short-range killing machine compared to the standard prime version, which had a focus on range with its dual RPPCs and UAC 10. This model comes with UAC 20, downgrading the ERPPCs to a large pulse and trio of medium lasers, but dual streak 6s as well, allowing it to have much more deadly close-range firepower at the cost of a very large amount of heat. As such, the mech is equipped with quite a nice variety of hardpoints. You've got single ballistics in the right arm, 2 missiles in each torso, well, sorry, 1 in each torso. Then you have 1 energy in the head, and the remaining 3 in the left arm. As such, it means the mech can fight even after losing a side torso. It's still got a fair amount of firepower. Obviously, the primary side to probably target first on this mech is probably the right side to get rid of the ballistics weapon and one of the missile hardpoints. But if you take out the left torso, you do get rid of pretty much all of its energy hardpoints. So either way, you're going to hamper it, but still, the pilot is going to be able to continue fighting and have a sizable firepower on their, at their disposal. So, I quite like the Night Gyr A, though I'm personally never very good with it. I like the idea of it, and mechs that come with Ultra AC-20s aren't really that common. Outside of things like Hunchback 2Cs, certain variants of the Direwolf and the such, it's not a particularly common weapon system to find, so it's nice to have this as an option. The main downside that I have is that, in this round at least, I played more of a defensive role, trying to protect the Annihilator, because let's face it, its speed does not allow it to NASCAR very well, especially on a map like Caustic Valley. So I stayed back for most of it, and I just never really got the shots that I wanted, despite the fact that I probably could have delivered a hell of a lot of damage. It's just I could never get the killing blow I was always aiming for. Night Gyrs, though, are a really good heavy. They are well worth your time and C-bills to invest in. They have a very strong emphasis on, well, ballistics and energy primarily. I mean, having a quick look at what they have, energy and ballistics are definitely one of their main parts. So there are some variants who have missiles. The alpha version has 4 energy, 1 ballistic and 2 missile, which means it's probably what could be counted as the jack of all trades, as outside of the hero, the Jade Kite, it's the only other version of the Night Gyr that comes with weapon systems of each type, whereas the B, for instance, is all ballistic, the C version is energy and ballistic, and the D version is energy and missile, with the prime being again energy and ballistic. So yeah, this is the only one that has all 3 weapon systems available to you. The tubes in the launchers in both sides also are also 20, which means if you do want to run something that has LRM up to LRM 20, then you can, though realistically the Night Gyr D does this job a lot better. So, it's very high heat, but it's got pretty good protection, very good at potential damage, and this version also has jump jets as well. So it's a pretty manoeuvrable 75 tonner. I think it definitely gives the Mad Cat a run for its money, though if I had to pick between the two, it would always be the Mad Cat. But honestly, the Night Gyr is a pretty powerful weapon system. Sadly, there's not a hell of a lot of information and background about certain clan variants. They just kind of they're just kind of there, with the assumption that these things were already designed for different roles, and obviously this one is designed for brawling, whereas the standard prime version is more for a kind of fire support and sniping role. And then you get ones that are, pure LRM fire support, and then there's one that's the sniping mech. It's difficult with clan mechs. I've said in the past, like, the Innisphere ones have a bit more of a kind of character and a story around them, a reason why they're built, and a lot of the configurations variation of the clan mechs are just there because, So it's a bit of a shame. I'd love to have more of a story behind why was the alpha developed, was there a situation where a Night Gyr or several Night Gyrs were easily beaten in close-range combat, and as such there was a decision made by technicians, like clan technicians, we need to have something that's more competent in close-range combat, so we need this kind of configuration, and thus the A was born. It just seems to suggest that the clans, whenever they built a new Omni-mech, they already had, probably smartly went ahead and thought, we need something that will be good for this and something that's good for that, and it develops that way. So yeah, a bit of a shame in that regard, but still. But yeah, overall, I really like the alpha. Even though I have a pretty bad round in it, I have to admit. I sub 200 damage. I don't know. I guess just the shots just never came my way. I guess I was in one of those lucky matches where everyone else did the work and I was just kind of there. So sorry about the crappiness of that one, but I was under a bit of a time constraint to get this one done at the time. So the other matches are better. Trust me, they do have a bit more going on in them. So just like to say thank you all for watching. Have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye.